zipping along the blacktop, her motions mimicking the circles that birds made in the same pattern above her, that she could finally sort out her thoughts. She could lay them in clean lines. 7th grade, and homework, and tests, and getting through lunch as the new kid. Also, doctors, and needles, and pills, and the knocking that never stopped. Her mother, worrying and hovering, and worrying some more. Feeling like a freak. There wasn't much else to say. 5 years of pills. Sometimes she imagined all of them, each one she swallowed that dissolved inside her, flooding her blood system, lined up side by side. Sometimes she glanced up at the sky and thought that line of pills could possibly reach the moon. But that was fantasy, and Jack knew it. She was good at math. 365 days a year times 5 years is only 1,825 pills. Laid side by side, they wouldn't even stretch across the dead end where she now rode. What felt huge to her was, according to the facts, very little. Sometimes she wondered if that kind of thinking made things worse. She glanced up at the sky and wondered how much the universe cared. Maybe not enough? Maybe too much? You hear me, universe? She wondered, looking first at the house that she was certain hadn't been there the last time she'd ridden here, and then up into all that darkness. The stars had just started to wink on like sleepy eyes. Jack imagined a face in the stars, looking down right at her. Are you listening? It was always to this cul-de-sac, just a few streets down from her house, that Jack returned when she needed to clear her head. Which was why she was fairly certain that that house had appeared out of thin air. It had been a while since she was here. Maybe a week? Not long enough that she wouldn't have noticed a house where previously there was none. There should have been construction work, boarded walls to keep people out while things were being built, bulldozers and jackhammers and the steady, annoying buzz of saws. But instead, the house was there, as if it had fallen from the sky. Jack watched it as she rode her bike in circles, feeling it watching her. She shivered, though it was not cold out, and now, feeling strangely uncomfortable, turned her eyes skyward again, watching the constellations blink at her against the darkening blanket of night. Obviously, it hadn't just appeared. Obviously, it was built, like all things are, and she just hadn't noticed it. Houses, after all, do not fall from the sky. Jack swept her bike in another clean circle, catching a glimpse of the side of the house. It was massive and seemed to stretch directly into the woods. Or maybe it seemed to emerge out of the woods. Jack pedaled in a wide, weaving circle again before turning and heading home. It was dinner time. If she wanted to avoid the nervous worrying of her mother, she'd better not be late. Though, to be honest, avoiding her mother's worrying was impossible lately. Worrying, it seemed, had become her mother's full-time job. She biked away from the house, but couldn't stop herself from glancing back, not once, but twice more, at the dark windows. The house just gazed back at her, windows like unblinking eyes, following her down the street, watching and waiting. As she rode down the street, she passed Sam Penske's house. He was her lab partner in biology. Not a friend, so to speak, but friendly. Tonight, Sam and his family were getting out of the car, his father carrying Sam's little sister in his arms. Jack raised a hand to wave.